Whether you're a new owner or just curious about the DJI RS4 tracking module, this video will help you get the most out of this thing fast. From setup and firmware updates to advanced ActiveTrack settings and creative controls, I'll show you how to unlock the full potential of your RS4 Mini. This is the RS4 Mini tracking module. On the front, you've got the tracking camera lens and indicator ring light, which changes color to show the current tracking status. On the back, there's a USB-C port for firmware updates, and underneath is the connection for the gimbal. You're definitely going to want to keep the firmware up to date on the tracking module to make sure it stays compatible with the gimbal, and also that you get any ActiveTrack updates or improvements. Head over to the DJI support page for the RS4 Mini or use the link in the description and download the latest firmware for the tracking module. To perform the update, plug the tracking module into a computer, and DJI recommends using the included USB-C cable for best results. Copy the firmware update file from your computer to the tracking module using USB, then disconnect and reconnect the module to the computer to start the update process. The module lights blink while it's updating, and make sure you don't disconnect the USB cable or turn off the computer during the update process. When the light stays solid red, it means the update is complete. You're also going to want to make sure your gimbal firmware is up to date using the Ronin app. To attach the tracking module, if the gimbal's turned on, make sure you turn it off first by holding in the power button. Align the tracking module's pin to the gimbal mount with the lens facing forward, and then lower until it snaps into place using the magnet and clips. The lens on the tracking module should be pointing forwards. Turn the gimbal back on. If this ring light doesn't turn on, you can see it's red at the minute, turn the gimbal back off, check that the module is lined up correctly, and then try again. Swipe up to unlock the gimbal screen, and then swipe right to open up the ActiveTrack settings. If you swipe right and it says no video input, that means the module isn't connected properly and you should try again. Oh, and by the way, the tracking module will go to sleep after 5 minutes. If it does go to sleep, just press the gimbal trigger button to wake it up. Once you've got the tracking module installed, there's two ways to start and stop ActiveTrack. The first is to use the gimbal controls. To start ActiveTrack, press the gimbal trigger once, and then it will locate the subject. And then if I move around in the frame, you can see that ActiveTrack is tracking me now. To stop ActiveTrack, press the gimbal trigger once again. We'll start it again, and once ActiveTrack is active, if you double press the trigger button, it will disable ActiveTrack and it will recenter the gimbal. The second way is to start and stop ActiveTrack using a really cool feature, and that's gesture control. You need to be between 1 and 3 meters away from the gimbal to use gesture control. I'm going to hold up my hand in a palm gesture, and now ActiveTrack is tracking me and I can move around in the scene. And to stop tracking, use the same palm gesture again. And now you can see ActiveTrack is no longer tracking me. The color of this ring light indicates the ActiveTrack status. It's currently red. Red means that ActiveTrack is turned off or that the tracking has been lost. Just going to activate ActiveTrack. Now the light goes green. Green means that ActiveTrack is currently active and tracking the subject. If I duck down here, and if the light flashes green, it means you've got a temporary loss of tracking, which might come back if you come back into the frame. Once you've enabled ActiveTrack, you can customize where you appear in the frame to give you extra creative control. So let's go and start ActiveTrack. And the first way you can customize your framing is to use the joystick on the gimbal. So you can move the joystick up, down, left, and right, and you can see on this screen that it's only going to allow me to adjust the framing within the bounds of the lens and what it can currently track. So if I wanted to, I could place myself over to this side of the frame. And now when I move around using ActiveTrack, you can see that I'm not in the center of the frame, I'm over to this side. The second way that you can control your composition when using ActiveTrack is to use a different gesture. So what we'll do is we'll just stand back a bit and we'll start ActiveTrack, and then use this gesture to pause ActiveTrack. On the ActiveTrack ring light, it's going yellow now, and this is telling us that ActiveTrack is paused. And now what I can do is, the gimbal's not going to move, I can walk around the frame. So say I want it to be on this side of the frame, and then use this gesture again to resume ActiveTrack tracking. ActiveTrack is tracking again because the ring light is green, and now if I move around, it's going to start ActiveTrack again, but this time I'm on this side of the frame, whereas before I was over there. Another way you can customize how ActiveTrack works is to change the follow modes on the gimbal. The gimbal's currently in pan, tilt, follow mode. I'm going to start ActiveTrack with the gesture, and you can see the gimbal is following me left and right using the panning, and it's also tilting up and down to follow me around. I'm going to change the gimbal follow mode to pan follow mode, and it's still following me left and right, as you can see, but now when I move up and down, it's not tracking me up and down. It's only going to track my movement left to right, which just gives you a bit more control if you don't want that wobbling up and down. Oh, and you can't use ActiveTrack in FPV mode. To further customize ActiveTrack, you can slide right to access the ActiveTrack screen. The first option is composition. If you tap that, it's going to give you two different options. And this is what happens when ActiveTrack is first activated. By default, it's set to center tracking subject, and that means that when you activate ActiveTrack, it's going to search for the person and then center that person in the frame. If you change this to keep current framing, when you activate ActiveTrack, wherever the person is relative to that frame, it's going to keep that framing. This can save time if you already want to set up your composition and you don't want to go and modify the composition using the joystick or pausing ActiveTrack with that gesture. You can change the ActiveTrack speed. Slow mode is ideal for smooth, gentle tracking when your subject is moving slowly or remaining relatively still, like an interview or a vlog. Medium mode is a balanced option for general use, ideal when your subject is moving steadily or parallel to the gimbal. And fast mode is designed for high-speed action shots, rapid movements or more dynamic scenes. This mode can feel more energetic or jerky if that's the look you want. If you find that the ring light is distracting or it annoys you or reflects off something in the scene, you can disable the ring light on the tracking module, but normally it's pretty handy to have that on. And finally, you can take control of the gestures that we just saw. You can change the actual gesture that starts and stops tracking, and also for the start and stop capturing. Or if you want to turn a gesture off, tap on it and then toggle this top switch. And now I can't use this gesture with the tracking module. Here's a few ActiveTrack tips and limitations for you. DJI state that for best results, you should avoid backlit situations and also low light situations. You want to stay between 0.5 meter and 10 meters away from the gimbal when you're using ActiveTrack. You can use the gestures anywhere between 1 to 3 meters away from the gimbal. And during active tracking, if the subject does drift away from where you want them in the frame, you can use the joystick just to bring them back to where you want them. The tracking module at the moment only tracks people, and if there's multiple people in the frame, it's going to prioritize people closer to the tracking module and closer to the center of the frame. Meet me in the next video to learn more about using the RS4 Mini. Please subscribe, I'd really appreciate that, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And if the gimbal turns off, talk to a different camera. I don't really know why. I suppose I should stop recording really.